16 weird things that only exist in North Korea.
I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea.
North Korea is a secluded and mysterious country, but it seems that it has never ceased to amaze the world. It tightly controls almost every aspect of its citizens' lives, known for its incomprehensible rules and bizarre developments, complex lifestyles, or an impregnable city with the highest level of disguise. Is that the truth about this country, or just curtains erected by public opinion to blind the world? Welcome back to Discovery Hub Channel. In this video, we will delve deep into the mysteries that exist only in North Korea. Number 1. In the mysterious society of North Korea, the law of three-generation punishment is infamous for its severity and lack of mercy. Not only do lawbreakers face consequences, but their entire family lineage is also dragged into the whirlpool of punishment. Grandparents, parents, and even children of criminals must bear unforeseeable consequences. This strict ruling, the three-generation punishment, is seen as a symbol of cruelty and unchecked power, initiated by Kim Il-sung, like a chilling specter from the 1950s. It serves as a painful reminder of the regime's ruthlessness and indifference, where every mistake not only affects the individual, but also spreads and inflicts harm onto future generations. 2. Caste system, based on loyalty. The system of ascribed status used in North Korea, known as songbun or chosen songbun, is based on the political, social, and economic background of a person's direct ancestors, as well as the behavior of their relatives. Songbun classifies North Korean citizens into three main castes: core, wavering, and hostile, with around 50 subclassifications. This classification determines whether a person can be trusted with responsibility, and those who qualify are given opportunities within North Korea. Specifically, it influences access to educational and employment opportunities in the country, including eligibility to join North Korea's ruling party, the Workers' Party of Korea. The May 1956 resolution and the Korean Workers' Party's intensive guidance project provided the basis for Songbun's socio-political classification by dividing the entire population into three distinct loyalty groups based on family background: friendly, neutral, and enemy forces. People with a landlord, lawyer, or Christian minister in their background are given the lowest status, while the highest status is given to those who descended from participants in the resistance against Japanese occupation during and before World War II. Factory workers, laborers, or peasants are also given a high status. 3. State-selected haircuts and fashion. In the closed society of North Korea, getting a haircut is not just a seemingly harmless act, but also a clear expression of the government's power and control. On the walls of local hair salons, images of prescribed hairstyles are prominently displayed, with the most notable being the hairstyle of leader Kim Jong-un. This is not merely a cosmetic regulation, but also a symbol of supreme worship for the leadership. Unlike in other countries where individuals often have the freedom to creatively choose their hairstyles, in North Korea, this choice is restricted to an absolute degree, demonstrating the government's strong control and unwavering loyalty to the leadership. This creates a sense of uniformity and compliance with state policies, but also paints a frightening picture of the government's maximum retention and control over people's personal lives. 4. North Korean calendar. The founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung, holds a special place in the nation, enjoying an almost godlike status despite his passing. He was officially declared the eternal president of the country, a title still held by him today. North Korea's unique calendar, called the Juche calendar, is entirely based on Kim Il-sung's birth date of April 15, 1912. Alongside the Western calendar, the Juche calendar is used in daily life, with people referring to the current year as Juche 113, the year 2024. A woman who grew up in North Korea shared that she found using the Juche calendar more elegant, although she and her friends were constantly quizzed on it during school. Even after defecting to South Korea, it took her a long time to stop mentioning Juche along with the Western year. According to reports from Young Pioneer Tours, the term Juche means self-reliance and was introduced in 1997, marking the third anniversary of Kim Il-sung's death. All North Korean publications include both Juche and Western years, with every citizen expected to use them. The government has implemented measures to facilitate their memorization. 5 basketball rules. It's no secret that Kim Jong-un, the despot of North Korea, is a basketball fanatic. He's always been a huge fan of the Chicago Bulls and also particularly admires Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman. He even invited Rodman to Pyongyang in 2013 to arrange a basketball match within the Hermit Kingdom. Basketball is played quite enthusiastically since the ruler loves it. However, North Korean basketball isn't like normal basketball. It has some pretty odd scoring rules. Chinese media reported that the change in rules was initiated by Kim Jong-un's father and former North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-il. The younger Kim inherited the title after his father's death in 2011. According to reports, Kim Jong-un has added a few of his amendments to the regulations. Internationally, North Korean teams play by the rules followed by the rest of the world, but for the locale tournaments, they have their own set of rules. In North Korean basketball games, slam dunks are worth 3 points, whereas a three-pointer is worth 4. If the ball doesn't touch the rim, there's some additional excitement in the final few seconds too. Baskets in the last 3 seconds of the game score 8 whole points. If a player misses a free throw, they actually lose a point. These rules can completely change a team's strategy depending on the gap between scores. 6. No traffic lights. In North Korea, where the regime is known for its harshness, there's an unusual sight: the iconic traffic girls. These female traffic controllers, selected for their attractiveness, manage traffic in the absence of widespread traffic lights. In Pyongyang, the capital, about 50 of these women direct traffic and have become symbols of the nation. Despite the struggling economy, these traffic controllers receive better pay, food, housing, and health care from the state. Kim Jong-il even showed special interest in them, providing them with new equipment. These women are highly desired and have a higher social status. One of them received North Korea's highest military honor in 2013, although the reason remains unclear. Some believe she prevented an assassination attempt while directing traffic. 7. There is no access to websites or Wi-Fi. In the peculiar world of North Korea, accessing websites and Wi-Fi is a luxury. Despite the presence of computers and an internal network system called Kwangmyong, they do not constitute the actual internet. With an estimated range of 1,000 to 5,500 websites within this system, all international websites are banned. If you are not part of the elite social class, accessing the internet becomes as elusive as a dream. As for Wi-Fi, it simply does not exist. 8. Jeans are banned. In North Korea, wearing blue jeans is not allowed because it is seen as a symbol of the dominance of the free world. Although no one will directly confront tourists about this, changing attire is necessary to respect the local culture and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, especially when visiting the memorials of leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Wearing appropriate clothing is not only a sign of respect for the local people, but also the best way to experience the unique culture of this country. 9. International tourism is impossible. North Korean citizens cannot purchase international flight tickets and travel to another country for vacation. It's not because it's expensive, but because it's prohibited. Very few people are allowed to go to China or Russia, but for the purpose of earning money through labor. Restrictions on movement are also enforced domestically. To visit relatives in another town or village, people must obtain permission. 10. K-pop can get you killed. North Korea has openly waged a cultural war, warning its citizens to stay away from all things South Korean, including fashion, hairstyles, music, and even slang. In the past 10 years, South Korea has emerged as a formidable cultural force, with products such as makeup, skincare, K-pop, and K-drama winning the hearts of fans worldwide. However, North Korea is determined to halt South Korean influence from spreading across its borders. The North Korean ruler, Kim Jong-un, has labeled K-pop as vicious cancer, openly expressing his distaste for the music culture of the neighboring state. Under a law enacted in 2020, distributing South Korean entertainment can result in the death penalty. Kim Jong-un's regime has executed individuals found guilty of watching or circulating banned content. South Korea, where many North Korean defectors reside, is a primary target for stopping the infiltration of K-pop. The city of Haecheon is considered the main gateway for outside information, including South Korean entertainment stored on memory sticks. 11. The policy of restricting photography in North Korea. In the strict control policies of the North Korean government, taking pictures with local residents without the consent of the authorities is completely prohibited. This reflects the government's tight control over information and images disseminated externally. The government controls all aspects of life and wants to ensure that the country's image is not distorted or abused. They view taking pictures with locals as potentially leading to unintended consequences, such as spreading inaccurate information or creating negative perceptions of the country. Therefore, tourists visiting North Korea must strictly adhere to these regulations and limitations, while also showing respect for the local culture and laws. 12. Connection limitations, mobile phones and isolation in North Korea. In modern society, mobile phones have become an indispensable part of daily life, even in countries with strict surveillance policies like North Korea. Although people can easily own mobile phones, connecting with the outside world through international calls remains a challenge for them. This restrictive policy has created a virtual barrier between North Korea and the international community, making communication and cultural exchange more difficult. It also reflects the isolation of the country from the international community, as domestic SIM cards only allow domestic calls and cannot be used to establish contact with the outside world. This demonstrates the government's tight control and emphasis on self-sufficiency in communication with the outside world. 13. Foreigners cannot use local currency. Tourists are not allowed to use North Korean won. In shops designated for foreigners, payments can be made in euros, yuans, South Korean wons, and even US dollars. Purchasing anything from local shops is strictly prohibited. 14. Birthing laws in North Korea differ significantly from those in other parts of the world, reflecting the country's unique social and legal landscape. Under local regulations, unmarried mothers face severe restrictions, including the inability to register their children at birth, depriving them of essential legal protections. This policy gained attention in 2020 when mothers from South Pyongyang province sought vaccines for their infants but were turned away due to their unmarried status. In North Korea, registering a child requires providing the father's name, a requirement that poses challenges for unwed mothers. Consequently, these women and their children encounter social stigma and are often marginalized within society, sometimes resulting in the abandonment of babies born out of wedlock. The government justifies these measures as part of its population control efforts and to maintain the perceived purity of North Korean society. However, such policies have led to egregious human rights violations, including instances of infanticide and child abandonment. Women who find themselves pregnant outside of marriage often face pressure to undergo abortions or give birth clandestinely, resorting to abandoning their newborns, a practice known as obgyehwa, or unwanted birth. And the last one is, you cannot purchase real estate in North Korea. Apartments in North Korea are not sold officially but distributed by the government. However, on the black market, an apartment can be bought for $70,000 to $90,000. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed what you watched, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below to stay updated with our latest content. Also, feel free to leave a comment sharing your thoughts or any ideas you have for future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in very soon.